Hey Sagittarius, I just pulled cards for you and honestly this reading gave me chills because there is such a powerful ancestral presence coming through right now. So, I am sitting here with your cards spread out and the energy is just unmistakable. There is an elderly male spirit who has been trying to reach you and the message about reconnection is so clear that I actually had to pause for a moment before I even started this reading. Let me tell you what I am seeing because this is profound. The first card that came through is the Ace of Pentacles, and Sagittarius, this is not just about material opportunities. This card is representing a new foundation that this ancestral spirit wants to help you build. I keep getting the sense that this could be a grandfather figure or maybe a great uncle or even a father figure who has passed. The energy feels wise and protective but also slightly frustrated because he has been trying to get your attention for a while now. The Ace of Pentacles here is showing me that this spirit has knowledge about prosperity and stability that he wants to share with you. He sees something you are missing in your current approach to building security in your life. What is interesting is that this is not about him handing you something on a silver platter. The energy I am getting is more like he wants to guide you to see opportunities that are already around you but you have been walking past them. There is this feeling of him standing next to you pointing at things saying, "Can you not see this?" and you are just looking right through it. The Ace of Pentacles represents the seed of something tangible and real. This spirit knows where you need to plant your energy right now to see actual growth, and he is getting a bit impatient that you have not picked up on his signals yet. I am also feeling that this reconnection is not just about receiving guidance. He wants you to remember something. There is knowledge or a skill or a way of approaching life that runs in your bloodline and somehow it got interrupted or forgotten. Maybe when he passed, certain wisdom did not get transmitted properly, or maybe life circumstances pulled you away from certain traditions or approaches that were important to your family line. The Ace of Pentacles is his way of saying it is time to reclaim that. It is time to pick up what was dropped. Now the second card is Queen of Wands, and oh my goodness Sagittarius, this is where the message gets really specific. This queen energy is either you or it represents the kind of energy this spirit wants you to embody moving forward. Queens are about mastery and maturity, and the wand suit is all about passion and creative life force and personal power. This elderly male spirit is showing me that he sees your potential to step into a much more confident and magnetic version of yourself. But here's what is stopping you. You have been dimming your light because of other people's opinions or because you are afraid of being too much or too loud or too bold. The Queen of Wands does not apologize for taking up space. She knows her worth and she moves through the world with this natural authority that makes people pay attention. This spirit is telling you that this is your birthright. This confident, unapologetic energy runs in your veins whether you realize it or not. He might have even been someone who embodied this kind of presence when he was alive. Strong opinions, natural leadership, someone who did things their own way regardless of what others thought. And he is saying you inherited this but you have been suppressing it. There is also something here about creativity and passion projects. The Queen of Wands is deeply connected to bringing visions into reality through sheer force of personality and determination. This spirit wants you to know that there is a creative endeavor or a passionate pursuit that you have been putting on the back burner, and he is frustrated about it. He sees the fire in you and he knows what you are capable of creating, but you keep making excuses or waiting for the perfect time or letting fear hold you back. The message is clear. Stop waiting. Stop dimming yourself. Step into this Queen of Wands energy now because he did not pass down this fire for you to keep it hidden. The third card I pulled is Seven of Cups, and Sagittarius, this is where I need you to pay close attention because this is both a warning and an invitation. The Seven of Cups shows up when there are multiple options or possibilities in front of you, but not all of them are real. Some are illusions or fantasies or distractions disguised as opportunities. This elderly spirit is showing me that part of why he is trying to reconnect with you right now is because you are at a crossroads and you are being pulled into many directions at once. Here's what I am picking up. You have been daydreaming about different futures or different paths you could take. Maybe you are considering a career change or a move or a new relationship or starting some kind of project. But instead of choosing one direction and committing to it, you are keeping all your options open. You are sampling a little bit of this and a little bit of that without fully investing in anything. The Seven of Cups energy can feel exciting because it is all possibility and no commitment, but this spirit is telling you that you are wasting precious time and energy. He wants you to understand that not every shiny opportunity is meant for you. Some of those cups contain poison even though they look appealing from a distance. Some of them are empty even though they seem full. And the real treasure, the real path forward is hidden among all these distractions. This is where his guidance becomes crucial. He has the perspective that you do not have right now. He can see which cup contains what you actually need versus what you think you want. The message about reconnection here is that if you open yourself to receiving his guidance through meditation or dreams or signs or intuitive hits, he will help you see through the illusions. He will help you identify which opportunity is the real deal and which ones are just pretty distractions. But you have to be willing to listen, and you have to be willing to let go of some of these options even though they look tempting. The Seven of Cups is asking you to choose discernment over fantasy, and this spirit wants to help you develop that discernment. Moving to the fourth card, which is Five of Wands and Sagittarius, this card is showing me that part of what is blocking this reconnection is internal conflict and external chaos. The Five of Wands represents struggle and competition and people working against each other instead of together. What this spirit is showing me is that your energy has been scattered because you are fighting too many battles at once. You are in conflict with people around you, or maybe you are in conflict with yourself about which direction to take or what to believe. There is something about your environment right now that is just chaotic. Too many voices, too many opinions, too many people trying to pull you in their direction. And in all this noise, you cannot hear the gentle guidance that this ancestral spirit is trying to send you. He is not going to shout over all the chaos. His communication is subtle and quiet, and it requires you to create some stillness and silence to actually receive it. The Five of Wands is also showing me that you might be in competition with others in a way that is draining your energy. Maybe professionally or creatively, or even within family dynamics. This spirit wants you to understand that this competitive, aggressive energy is not serving your highest good. It is keeping you stuck in reactivity instead of allowing you to move forward with intention. He is asking you to step back from these conflicts, not because you are weak or giving up, but because you are choosing a higher path. There is also a message here about scattered energy. When the Five of Wands shows up, it often means someone is trying to do too many things at once and nothing is getting their full attention. This spirit sees how exhausted you are from all this internal and external battling. He wants to help you find focus and clarity, but first you need to stop engaging with every conflict that presents itself. You need to conserve your energy for what actually matters. The fifth card is Nine of Pentacles, and Sagittarius, this is beautiful because this represents the future that this spirit sees for you. The Nine of Pentacles is one of the most gorgeous cards in the entire deck. It is about self-sufficiency and abundance and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It is about standing in your own power, completely independent and content with what you have built. This elderly male spirit is showing you that this is what he wants to help you achieve. I'm getting the feeling that he might have achieved this kind of success and independence himself during his lifetime, or maybe he did not quite get there, and he wants to make sure you do. Either way, the Nine of Pentacles represents a level of material comfort and emotional satisfaction that comes from doing things your way and not compromising your values or your vision for anyone else. Here is the really interesting part. The Nine of Pentacles is also about legacy and what you are building to leave behind. This spirit is very focused on making sure that you establish something solid and lasting, not just for yourself but for the generations that come after you. He understands the importance of building wealth and stability and creating a life that reflects your true worth. And he wants to guide you toward making decisions that will lead to this Nine of Pentacles future. There is also an energy of refinement and cultivation with this card. The Nine of Pentacles often shows a figure in a lush garden surrounded by abundance that they have carefully tended over time. This spirit is reminding you that the life you want does not happen overnight. It requires patience and consistent effort and wise choices compounded over time. He has this perspective because he is looking at your life from outside of time, and he can see the long game in a way that you cannot when you are caught up in daily struggles. The sixth card that came through is Six of Swords, and this is huge for the reconnection message because this card is literally about transition and moving from troubled waters to calmer shores. But what makes this card so significant in your reading is that the Six of Swords often shows a figure being guided by someone else in a boat. You are not making this journey alone. This elderly spirit is the one guiding your boat right now, even if you cannot see him. The Six of Swords represents a necessary journey away from something that has been causing you pain or difficulty. Maybe it is a physical move, or maybe it is an emotional or mental shift. Either way, this spirit is showing me that he is helping to facilitate this transition. He is working behind the scenes to create circumstances that will help you move forward. Opportunities that seem like coincidences, or doors that open at just the right time, or people who show up with exactly what you need. These are not accidents. This is him working on your behalf. What I am also picking up is that this transition requires you to leave something behind. The Six of Swords asks you to take only what is essential and let go of the baggage that is weighing you down. This could be old beliefs or toxic relationships or jobs that no longer serve you, or even physical possessions that tie you to a version of yourself that you have outgrown. This spirit knows what you need to release in order to move forward, and he will keep creating situations that highlight what needs to go. There is also something really touching about this card in the context of ancestral connection. The Six of Swords can represent honoring the past while moving into the future. You are taking the wisdom and the positive aspects of your heritage with you while leaving behind any generational patterns or wounds that do not serve you. This spirit wants you to heal what he could not heal. He wants you to break cycles that he was trapped in, and he is offering his support and guidance as you do this difficult but necessary work. Now, we are at the 7th card, which is 5 of Swords and Sagittarius. I have to be honest, this card shows me that there is going to be some conflict or confrontation that you cannot avoid. The 5 of Swords often represents a situation where someone wins but at a cost. There are hurt feelings and damaged relationships, and a sense that even though you got what you wanted, it does not feel like a victory. This elderly spirit is preparing you for this. He is showing you this card not to scare you, but to help you navigate it wisely. There is someone in your life, or maybe multiple people, who are not going to be happy about the changes you are making. When you start stepping into that Queen of Wands energy and making the transitions shown in the 6 of Swords and choosing your real path from the 7 of Cups, there are going to be people who feel threatened or left behind. The 5 of Swords is warning you that there will be battles, and some of them you will win and some of them will cost you relationships. But here is what this spirit wants you to understand. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. Not everyone who was in your life during one chapter is supposed to be in your life for the next chapter. And trying to maintain peace at the cost of your own growth and authenticity is not worth it. I am also getting a message about choosing your battles wisely. The 5 of Swords can show up when someone is being aggressive or combative just for the sake of being right or proving a point. This spirit is advising you to walk away from pointless conflicts. Save your energy for the battles that actually matter. Do not let people bait you into arguments that serve no purpose other than feeding their ego or yours. There is also something here about intellectual victory versus emotional connection. You might win an argument but lose a friend. You might prove you are right but damage trust. This spirit has the wisdom to know that being right is not always the most important thing. Sometimes maintaining the relationship or preserving your peace is worth more than winning. The 8th card is 7 of Pentacles, and this is so perfect because this is about patience and evaluation and waiting for your efforts to bear fruit. The 7 of Pentacles shows someone who has been working hard and planting seeds and tending their garden, and now they are pausing to assess the progress. They are asking themselves, is this working? Am I on the right path? Should I continue with this approach or try something different? This elderly spirit is showing you this card because he wants you to take a breath and evaluate where you are. You have been putting in effort and energy into various areas of your life, and now is the time to honestly assess what is working and what is not. He is encouraging you to be patient with the process, but also to be realistic about results. What I am picking up is that you might be feeling discouraged because you are not seeing the results you expected as quickly as you wanted them. The 7 of Pentacles reminds you that growth takes time. Trees do not produce fruit overnight. Gardens need seasons to develop. Your life and your goals and your spiritual development all require time and consistent effort. This spirit has the long view, and he is telling you that what you are building is growing even if you cannot see all the progress yet. But there is also a practical element to this card. The 7 of Pentacles asks you to evaluate your strategy. Are you putting your energy into the right things, or are you working hard on projects and relationships and goals that are never going to give you the return you are hoping for? This is where his guidance becomes so valuable. He can help you see what is worth continuing and what needs to be pruned away so your energy can go toward what will actually flourish. I am also getting a message about inheritance and what has been passed down to you. The Seven of Pentacles in the context of ancestral connection suggests that you are building on a foundation that previous generations laid. There is work that he started or that your family line started and you are continuing it. But you need to evaluate what parts of that legacy serve you and what parts need to be transformed or released. The ninth card is Ten of Wands and Sagittarius. This card is showing me that you have been carrying way too much on your shoulders. The Ten of Wands represents burden and overwhelm and responsibility that has become oppressive. This is someone who took on too much or who refuses to ask for help or who feels like they have to do everything themselves. And honestly, this might be one of the main reasons this elderly spirit is trying so hard to reconnect with you right now, because he sees how exhausted you are. The message here is so clear. You need help. You need support. You need to put some of these burdens down. And this spirit wants you to know that you are not alone, even though it feels like you are. He is there willing to help carry some of this load if you will open yourself to receiving his assistance. But you have to be willing to acknowledge that you cannot do everything by yourself. I am getting the sense that part of this burden comes from obligations or responsibilities that are not even yours to carry. Maybe you took on other people's problems, or you are trying to fix things that are beyond your control, or you are holding yourself to impossible standards. The Ten of Wands is asking you to examine each thing you are carrying and honestly ask yourself, does this belong to me? Is this mine to handle, or am I carrying this out of guilt or obligation or misplaced responsibility? There is also something about martyrdom here. The Ten of Wands can show up when someone has this unconscious belief that suffering equals virtue or that struggle means you are doing it right. This spirit wants to break that pattern in you. He wants you to understand that life does not have to be this hard. Yes, there will be challenges and work and effort required, but you are making it harder than it needs to be by refusing help and carrying unnecessary weight. The 10th and final card is Five of Cups, and oh Sagittarius, this card is about grief and loss and disappointment. But here is the thing about the Five of Cups. Yes, there are 3 cups that have been spilled and their contents are lost. But there are also 2 cups still standing behind the figure. The message is that you are so focused on what you lost that you cannot see what you still have. This elderly spirit is showing me that there is grief you are carrying. Maybe grief related to his passing, or grief about other losses in your life. Relationships that ended, opportunities that did not work out, dreams that died. And this grief is valid and real, and you have every right to feel it. But this spirit is gently trying to turn your attention to what remains, what is still available to you, what you still have to be grateful for. I am also getting that this reconnection with him is part of your healing process. He wants to help you process this grief and move through it rather than staying stuck in it. The Five of Cups asks you to honor what was lost, but also to eventually turn around and see the 2 cups that are still full. To see the bridge behind you that leads to new possibilities. To understand that loss is part of life, but it does not have to define your entire existence. There is something really profound happening here with this card being the final one in your reading. This elderly male spirit is saying that the reconnection he is offering is one of those cups that is still standing. Even though he is physically gone, the relationship is not over. The love is not gone. The guidance is still available. And by opening yourself to this spiritual connection, you are reclaiming something precious that you thought was lost forever. So Sagittarius, let me pull all of this together for you, because the message is so coherent and powerful. This elderly male spirit is reaching out to you with incredible love and determination. He sees you struggling under the weight of too much responsibility shown in the Ten of Wands. He sees you grieving and focused on loss shown in the Five of Cups. He sees you scattered and distracted by illusions in the Seven of Cups and caught up in conflicts in the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. But he also sees your incredible potential. He sees the Queen of Wands energy waiting to emerge. He sees the Nine of Pentacles future you are capable of creating. He sees the Ace of Pentacles opportunities right in front of you. And he is trying to guide you through the transition shown in the Six of Swords toward a life that reflects your true worth and power. The reconnection he is offering is not just sentimental or nostalgic. This is practical guidance from someone who loves you and who has perspective you do not have. He wants to help you evaluate your path shown in the Seven of Pentacles. He wants to help you choose wisely and see through illusions and focus your energy where it will actually make a difference. What do you need to do to strengthen this connection? First, create some quiet space in your life where you can actually hear him. The chaos and conflict and busyness are drowning out his subtle communications. Second, be willing to receive help and guidance. Let go of the belief that you have to figure everything out alone. Third, pay attention to signs and synchronicities and intuitive hits, especially related to the themes we discussed today. Prosperity opportunities, creative projects, necessary transitions, what to release and what to keep. And finally, honor him and your lineage. This does not have to be elaborate. Light a candle and speak to him. Look at old photos and remember who he was. Ask him directly for guidance before you go to sleep. Create an altar or a small space that acknowledges his presence in your life. These acts of remembrance and honoring create a bridge between your world and his. Sagittarius, this reading has been so emotional and powerful for me. The love this spirit has for you is palpable. He is so proud of you and so invested in your success and happiness. And he is not going anywhere. He will keep trying to reach you until you acknowledge the connection. So please open your heart to this. You have so much support available to you, both seen and unseen. You do not have to walk this path alone. Sending you so much love, and I really hope this resonated with you. If you felt this message connect with something deep in your spirit, leave a comment and let me know. And if you know other Sagittarius people who might need to hear this, please share it with them. Take care of yourself and remember, you are so much more powerful than you realize right now.